Oh, okay. There.
I saw him a while ago. I was like, to get a head start because I can't go that fast. I know it's really. That's what it is. That's what it is. I know it was something.
Okay, sorry, we're a little late. This is the May the 7th meeting of the Elizabethtown City Council.
Pray with me, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for the wonderful day today, and we appreciate all the days that you give us. We especially appreciate these beautiful summer-like days, and we're so glad that summer's upon us. We thank you for our time together as we gather as a city to discuss city business. We ask that you be with us, and we ask that the things that we decide on and that we talk about tonight are pleasing to you, for our many blessings, for all those that make town such a wonderful place to live and to work and to raise our families. We just ask that you be with us and keep us safe until we come together again. And we ask this in your loving and holy and powerful name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Terry. Do we have any scouts tonight? No? Okay, would you join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first order of business is the approval of the minutes of the April 16th, 2018 and April 23rd, 2018 meetings.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, good. Hey, does the Heritage Council have a announcement this evening?
Yes, thank you, Mayor, City Council members. Just wanted to update you on what we have going on this month. With May 2nd second Saturday as we celebrate Mom for Mother's Day. You have that information at your seats. If you want to start the morning off with a family-friendly 5K walk run, the Elizabethtown Junior Women's Club will be hosting their 5K Crusade for Children event in partnership with the Elizabethtown Fire Department. Today is the last day to register to be guaranteed a shirt. The packet pickup for that event is Saturday at 7 a.m. in front of Running Souls, and the race will start at 8 a.m., and that is a downtown race that they are doing this Saturday. You can enjoy downtown all day while you shop, dine, and explore. You can check out Disney's Moana, presented by Kona Ice, playing at the Historic State Theater. The show times are at 1, 4, and 7, and all tickets are $1 or free with a downtown merchant receipt. You can contact the State Theater for details. Karma Yoga and Hot Yoga Studio. It's kids yoga this Saturday going on, and this month's event will support the efforts of the Junior Women's Club and the Elizabethtown Fire Department as they raise money for Crusade. You can check out their event page for more details. They're also offering 20% off all retail and Sunday, and Mother's Day yoga on Sunday, and you need to register is required, but moms come for free on that day, and gift cards on their website. There's also deals going on this second Saturday at Running Souls. Women's sports bras 25% off, special features socks, buy 3 get 1 free, extra 20% off clearance items, and a free Running Souls tee with the purchase of 200 or more. To the Nines has some great things going on there with 20% off regular price jewelry. It excludes 2 of those brands that they carry there, the Chameleon and 2 Queen Bee, but they also have a new jewelry tree loaded with lots of necklaces for Mom and some great deals going on as well. DJ's Antiques has 10 to 65% off, and they've actually recently changed their name, so it's DJ's Primitives, Vintage, and More. So if you've noticed that change on Facebook, they've recently updated it. They also have new vendors and many new items, and Natural Therapeutics will be offering free stretch sessions to all 5K participants. And also, if you need a good, relaxing Mother's Day gift for Mom, they also have gift cards and gift certificates available for massages. Also, I've just been notified that Rachel's face painting will be at Impelzera to celebrate the opening of the patio, so kids can enjoy face painting this second Saturday too. So that's your second Saturday update. And while I'm here, I figured I'll update you on a few exciting items as far as the Barbecue Bikes and Blues Festival, since it's coming up. We are now 19 days away from the festival on Saturday, May 26th. I know the countdown is on. The targeting that we've done more on social media has definitely impacted and increased the festival traffic, as we've seen. And as I mentioned to you last month, since we're partnering with E-Town Fire Department to donate a portion of those ride proceeds from the Thunder into E-Town, the Crusade for Children, we have seen an uptick in the ride registrations. And I'm happy to report we now currently have 94 registered today versus the 49 that was registered this time on this day last year. So that's definitely good news to celebrate on. Also, last week we unveiled the Ride shirt on Facebook, and it has currently reached over 24,000 people with over 800 likes and 252 shares and counting. And the likes on the shirt post have now outnumbered the festival flyer post, and it has been shared 448 times. The festival posted last week on social media has been viewed over 14,000 times and counting. And to date, for our vendors, we now have the most vendors registered ever for the festival. And they're still coming in. So as long as Sarah has a spot for them, we're putting them into place. And we have our scheduled walkthrough for the festival this week after our steering committee meeting. So, and as always, I cannot thank you, the city, enough for all the support that you guys give to us in putting this festival on. It's definitely a labor of love by a lot of us, and we just really thank you for your support in that. So that's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Thank you. Charlie Lands, not here. Larry Vance?
The legend.
Once again, I'd like to thank the city for allowing us with this enactment to even allow it to take place here in Elizabethtown. This year, though, I want you to know this will be the largest show that I've been able to put on in the past 4 years. This will be our 4th year. I have a special group that will be coming up out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and they're bringing in the Tiger III tanks of World War II, the originals, everything that our group will be displaying during the World War II reenactment out at the park. I want to read something here in a moment, but I just want to tell you for me, it is so upbeat because of getting these low boys in here with 2 Tiger II tanks, and the gentleman who owns all this equipment out of Knoxville, Tennessee, he and I have become pretty good buddies. And he said, I'll just throw some extra things on there from World War II that I think your folk will enjoy also. I said, bring it on up here. So he will be coming in. That is a big deal as far as the show goes. But let me read some history for you. And this is something that is very important. This is why that I'm involved in coordinating this. Another thing I want you to know, that there is no expense to anyone. I've had several calls within the past 2 or 3 weeks of asking, is there a charge to even view this? And we do need to get that word out that, you know, folks come and enjoy the entertainment with their Vietnam Memorial Wall there. I have friends on that wall, and it's very meaningful, not only to me, but to anyone who loves veterans and loves the freedom that this nation seems to enjoy. In World War II, 16 million Americans served. Approximately 620,000 are living today. 372 World War II veterans are dying on a daily basis. Each of the World War II reenactment units are comprised of dedicated individuals whose sole purpose is to provide you for the continual education of the public concerning one of the most significant and far-reaching military events of the 20th century. Sadly, when I was writing this, I interject my own feelings all the time with stuff, as most of you know me know. So here's what I have noticed. Sadly, as time passes, the historical truth behind the great freedoms we continue to enjoy in America today has been blurred by those who seek to rewrite American history books to coincide with their personal ideology instead of historical military facts. When we put on a show like you're going to see on May the 26th, you're going to see historical event of the World War II breakout and pursuit, Normandy Beach, 1944. The original equipment, the tanks and all, these are not remakes. These are the original tanks and weapons and uniforms that these men and women will be wearing. The reenactment of combined military battles fought during the breakout and pursuit at Normandy, France in July 1944 is a historically correct portrayal of the actual battles fought between the American and German soldiers. You will be able to visit the authentic World War II campsite of both armies and view the weapons, vehicles, field gear, and uniforms of the era from 1939 to 1945. Each campsite is interactive. All the visitors will be able to go in, and each one of the reenactors will explain the weapon that they are showing and or anything else that they have that was used during these battles. It'll be, of course, at the reenactment be at the I keep wanting to call it, I'm sorry. I keep wanting to call it the Veterans Park. So that Elizabethtown Nature Park. And it will begin, our ceremony will begin at 9 a.m. We'll have this year our John Harden JROTC group will be coming in to raise colors for us. And they're under the command of Command Sergeant Major Charles Robinson. These kids are outstanding. All of those in our junior ROTC programs. Outstanding young folk who are dedicated to getting it right. And I certainly appreciate them. I certainly appreciate all the visitors that will be coming. I have the flyers that I've given to each one of you all. These will be all over E-Town and other places. So when you all see them in the trash can, please pull a few of them out and lay them back up for us. Would be most appreciative. On the 26th, that morning, the first battle will begin at 10 a.m. and the second battle will be at 3 p.m. Out of 4 years, at one point, I wanted to do the nighttime battle, to add a battle. But the logistical concerns that many of us may have, or because I'm using original tanks and especially with the Tigers coming in, the Panzers that are going to be there are, and I'm not going to take a chance with that. We will have, of course, security there to protect, make sure I don't have kids that want to run across in front of the tanks during the reenactment, and the parents fussing at us because we stopped their kids from doing that. But we will do all that we can to make certain that everything is protected. Do you all have any questions of me?
I just had one comment. I've come out here the past 2 years. It's great. It's a great show. Great show.
And they put their heart in it. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the reenactors. Well, now that you said that, these men and women happen to do this on their own. Now, I feed them, and they eat a lot. I can tell you that. But I feed them and get them in here and diesel or what all that they need for their equipment. But they travel on, and some of these folks will be coming from. I got some coming out of New York. I've got I got them coming from all over the country. Last year, I think it was, I had some came from France to come in to here. So it's quite an operation, and the word has gotten out that if you want to get treated right, go to Elizabethtown, Kentucky during their reenactment. Now, if the treating right continues to take as much food as it has taken lately, I'm going to be out there with a cup shaking it at some of you all. No, it's
There's a
but
couple spots
they
that have
look.
proven pretty good to collect it. Panhandling.
I noticed, and we can hold up cardboard signs out in front out here too. Maybe we can get that going.
Step in the street.
Yes. Yes.
No, Larry, we really do appreciate it because
Thank
it's
you.
very rare that people come forward and they're willing to give a gift. You know, this is a gift for the community. You're not asking for
No.
any money. You're not. This is, and we really sincerely appreciate it.
But the city has been very kind in providing the venue and taking care of us when we're out there. I don't know about the always our part. But again, I would ask that those of you of the city council, this excludes the mayor, but I am wanting to get that firing squad set up for this year, World War II firing squad, for you to select the individual. And hopefully for 1 year that it won't be Marty Fulkerson that you to be at the other end. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Larry. We appreciate you very much. We are declaring May 2018 as Building Safety Month. Jim Shaw is the new department head of planning and development. We're very happy to have you. And I would like to present this to you, and I'm not going to read. Okay. Just know that we depend on your department to make sure that our buildings are safe and they're safely constructed. We thank you very much, Jim. Okay, tonight, reappointing Joan Rawlings to the Elizabethtown Housing Authority for a term to expire on May 19th, 2022. With your motion,
Motion.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. First reading of ordinance number 13, 2018, amending the zoning map for property located at 1317 Woodland Drive from Woodland Corridor District 2 to Commercial 3 as requested by Hogan Development Company. Motion to read the ordinance.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Whereas the Elizabethtown Planning Commission held a public hearing on April the 24th, 2018, initiated by Hogan Development Company for property located at 1317 Woodland Drive, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And whereas the Elizabethtown Planning Commission, based on the testimony at the public hearing, determined that the request to amend the official zoning map for property located at 1317 Woodland Drive to a proposed zoning district classification of Commercial 3 C3 with the City of Elizabethtown's comprehensive plan, and that the proposed zoning classification would be appropriate for the property. In conformance with KRS 100, the Planning Commission has transmitted to the City Council findings of fact and a recommendation for approval of said request to amend the official zoning map, including a summary of evidence and testimony from said hearing. Now be ordained by the City of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, that from and after the passage, approval, and publication of this ordinance, that the official zoning map is amended for property located at 1317 Woodland Drive from Woodland Corridor District 2, WCD2, to Commercial 3, C3. This action is taken pursuant to a request by Hogan Development Company for property located at 1317 Woodland Drive and pursuant to the recommendation of the City of Elizabethtown Planning Commission. The City Council also finds that the proposed zoning classification is appropriate and that the map amendment request is in agreement with the numerous guidelines and policies found in the plan. The findings of fact of the Planning Commission in support of this zoning map amendment are adopted as if set out verbatim. The legal description of said property is more particularly described in Exhibit A. Be it further ordained that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this ordinance. Read the first time this the 7th day of May, 2018.
Ordinance number 14, 2018, amending the text of the Elizabethtown zoning ordinance. Motion to read, please. No motion. We'll move
Wait.
right along.
If we have our first reading tonight, and then if we want to have some discussion on it, can we come back and have the second reading and have changes?
With some amended
Within
changes.
that?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Then I move that we have our first reading.
Hey, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Vote.
Oh, yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Any opposed?
Vote.
Whereas the Elizabethtown Planning Commission held a public hearing on April the 10th, 2018, in compliance with KRS 100 to consider amendments to the Elizabethtown zoning ordinance, ordinance number 06/2008, adopted June 16th, 2008. And whereas the Elizabethtown Planning Commission has made a recommendation to amend the Elizabethtown zoning ordinance to modify section 2.8.11 C5 downtown mixed use district regulations, create section 2.8.12 C6 for transition mixed use district regulations, and create section 2.11 for cellular antenna tower regulations, and to modify section 3.7.20, the content of the development plan, and to modify section 9.3.3 for the exception of height limits. Now be it ordained by the City of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, that from and after the passage, approval, and publication of this ordinance, that the text of the Elizabethtown zoning ordinance be amended as per the attachment A. Be it further ordained that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this ordinance. Read the first time this the 7th day of May, 2018.
Thank you, Dee Dee.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, municipal order number 19, 2018, accepting a bid from Isaac Tatum Construction, Inc. for the Public Works Operations Building and Covered Shed Project in the amount of $3,474,000. Motion to read, please. Okay. Can't get a motion to read that one either.
I move we read that, please.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Okay.
Okay,
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, motion to read and adopt the following municipal orders duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered and approved that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from Isaac Tatum Construction Incorporated for the Public Works Operations Building and Covered Shed Project in the amount of $3,474,000. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designated be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 7th day of May, 2018.
What's the funding mechanism?
Jeff,
Jeff.
what have you chosen?
Motion to adopt.
Second.
are those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, municipal order number 20, 2018, accepting the proposal from L.E. Gregg Associates to the Public Works Operations Building Special Inspections in an amount of $13,411.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered and approved that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the proposal from L.E. Gregg Associates for the Public Works Operations Building Special Inspections in the amount of $13,411. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 7th day of May, 2018.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Municipal Order 21, 2018, accept a proposal from CMW Incorporated for Public Works Operations Building Construction Administration in an amount not to exceed $64,400. Motion to,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered and approved that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the proposal from CMW Incorporated for the Public Works Operations Building Construction Administration in an amount not to exceed $64,400. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this is 7th day of May, 2018.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
So all in, 3.5 million. Correct?
Did you get an answer? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay, municipal order number 22 to 2018, accepting the proposal from RBS Design Group for architectural services for the relocation of Fire Station Number 2 in an amount of $129,856. Motion to read, please.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry, Mayor. Is that a
All
little
right.
discrepancy? Okay. At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered and approved that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the proposal from RBS Design Group for architectural services for the relocation of Fire Station Number 2 in the amount of $129,856. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate is authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved. This is 7th day of May, 2018.
Okay, and you did change this one said 128 and this was.
Yes, ma'am. Charlie says 129, so I've changed it. Yes. Mhm.
Will we be able to use this plan? I mean, we've talked about the need for other fire departments, other fire stations here in the city. Is this like, can we take this here and use these or at least save on the next one? versus
Depending on the
reinventing the wheel each
location.
time?
Depending where you sit
I
it.
think some of the planning portions of it, you will be able to, and we're looking at doing that as far as the layout, the actual building layout. But there'll be some differences in the site work. So
Right.
there is some
Different site.
savings in basically using the same floor plan.
Okay,
Nice.
Yeah.
motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Municipal Order 23, 2018, accepting the bid from CenterPoint for natural gas supply. Motion to read, please.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry. At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from CenterPoint for a 2-year contract at a rate of inside FERC index plus 0.0025 per decatherm for natural gas supplies for fiscal years 2018 through 19 and 2019 through 20. Be it further ordered that the mayor is authorized to sign the base contract for the sale and purchase of natural gas published by the North American Energy Standards Board. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this the 7th day of May, 2018.
Motion to adopt.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Municipal Order 24, 2018, accepting the bid for the construction manager for the Freeman Lake Park Office Building and American Legion Park Golf House.
Mayor,
Hmm.
of course, we don't have a recommendation
for the park.
on that. We wanted to go ahead and get it in front of the council so that we can be preparing that, but there were 2 proposals, 2 bids. That's for the construction manager, the 2 park buildings. Really just wanted to get that information to all of you and see what you think. If you're ready, we have a municipal order we can use. If you have a feeling of which direction you'd like to go, the one bid from Helm Construction is a local individual who we've worked with a number of times on construction projects for private construction projects, but we're familiar with that person. The other bid is from the company that put in the actual bid, the construction bid, in the last one that we took.
That's McGee.
Yes,
Yeah.
from Lexington. So obviously there is a difference in the proposed cost of 1% for bonds. Churchill McGee's estimate on that is about $10,000 and 1% of a $1 million project. So you can see there would still be a difference, some dollars there, but you're looking at the local individual construction.
And who was the
entity.
local one?
It's Tracy Helm Construction.
So exactly what's his job? I mean, is he gonna go out and get all the subs and make sure they're,
He is going to especially assist the city in getting subs because that's his expertise. He's going to help with the material specifications, making decisions about the materials, evaluating the proposals that we get from subs and from the material suppliers, then overseeing the actual construction. Also, it will be the city's responsibility to actually purchase materials and do all of the, obviously the financing of the project as it goes along. But we really feel like if we're going to try to save some money, which that has been the challenge with these 2 building constructions at the 2 parks, is trying to come up with a plan that we can get a more reasonable looking final price on, that maybe we can break it down into these individual parts and work with local subcontractors and material suppliers to try to save some dollars.
But he will look for subcontract, like for instance, if we use the Churchill McGee, they will not use their own employees. They will strictly will look for subcontractors.
We don't have that information from them. They could possibly propose that a certain subcontract be part of their operation, I suppose.
Okay.
But it's their job to try to put together a package of subcontractors.
But the $66,000 plus the 1% for the bond
Yes.
is strictly for an advisory role.
Well, it's to supervise construction also. So whoever she might be involved directly with their on site would be involved directly on site supervising
On these
construction.
projects, would we still need any type of a special inspector or any? Still need that, even with that.
We'll have some of that.
And
Did they say I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Did they give an approximate time frame as when they looked at our projects as to how long they thought this would take?
Mr. Helm, I think, gave us a 8 to 10 months.
Now, has he done that kind of stuff before, managed it? He has. And has he done a job similar to this?
He used to work with H. Wayne Smith Construction.
You know, this probably is good or as well as we're going to do. I mean, we didn't receive any more bids. I mean, we elected to go this way when we rejected the other bids and thought that we had more people would be interested. I think this is probably the best route to go.
It's just an attempt to try to
Save money.
get involved directly and save some money if we can find some choices to make between whatever materials, contractors, methods.
So with McGee's flat rate plus the 1% of bond, is he still planning to have the whole job bonded?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, is Helm gonna have it bonded?
have that information. I think that is included, but I'm sorry, I haven't spoken with him directly. Scott was doing that.
It wasn't part of the request, proposal request.
I don't think so. I think McGee is just covering that, making sure that they're covering that.
And we don't know about,
I can't tell you for sure about Mr. Helm.
We require a bond if we were making the payment. I mean, we're making all the payments. We're paying the suppliers, paying the subcontractors.
Not necessarily we would not require it for everything. I think we're just accepting on face value here that McGee Churchill's saying, we'll give you a bond. And I apologize for not having more information personally about this today, but again, wanted to get it in front of you so you know the choices that we're dealing with here. If we want to work on some more information, developing that, be glad to do that this coming week.
Well, I have one more question. I'm sure both of these contractors have looked at the plans and the layout
Yes.
for them to have come up with what they perceive as a fair cost for them managing it. At the same time, do they not have a clue what they think the pricing should be? I mean, from a percentage, a lot of times those management companies charge a percentage of what they think the cost is going to be. That's my question. Did they give us any kind of inclination what they felt like the value of the contract was?
Remember when
well,
Churchill McGee bid, they bid $1 million, so that's their idea.
Churchill McGee is still saying it's $1 million because they say that's what the bond should be based upon. I know that both of them did review plans because Churchill McGee bid plans
Now,
first.
didn't he come back and say he made a mistake? He wanted more money?
Yes, yes.
The question I would have with
66
McGee and them
The
is,
second.
if we don't get a choice, subcontractors, they're gonna use your subcontractor, we're gonna be right back at the same price we had originally.
Oh, I know. We would make the
We would make
decision
that.
about the subcontractors. It wouldn't be made by them. It would be their job, whomever
the recommend.
But they're gonna go back to the same subs that they used to give us the original bid.
very likely, yes.
That's what I'm trying to
I
get
don't think
at.
we're any better, Charlie.
Yeah.
I can't vote for this.
I think we need a little bit more information. It just doesn't.
Okay, give us an idea of what information you want, because, we've got bids and we turned those down and we came back, we turned that down, and now we tried going this way. What
Well,
information do you want?
I think my big question would be, why can't we get people to bid on our contracts?
Well, this is what we tried to do here, and we didn't get any bids.
Right, but I mean, if we're not getting people to come out, there's gotta be a reason. Not
The only
getting out
reason
to
we
enough
were given
people,
is right now,
they're all busy.
they're all busy and it's really hard to find employees. And that's not just construction companies. Everybody's screaming. So they don't have enough employees to be running 2 and 3 jobs at once.
And
Ed,
this
would
is a
you
different
say
nature
that's
of
a-
what they're doing.
So,
But you, and I understand, and I think Cindy's frustration in this because,
We all
most,
are.
but most contractors spend half their time chasing money because they don't get paid for the jobs that they do. And the city pays their bills. So you would think that we would kind of have them lining up at our doorstep wanting to do city work. And everyone knows that municipalities pay more than other people for the same job. So
I agree.
there is some frustration there, and we wonder why we continue to run into the fact that we don't have anybody. And I'm glad to see someone that's fairly local bidding on this one.
I am too.
Because
And
they're from
I
Hardin
see
County.
Cindy, Cindy,
You know.
I share your frustrations, but I think if we delay it, we're gonna be in the same dilemma. I just don't believe that we're gonna get any more contractors that are interested in it because of the nature of what we're asking them to do. I'm in favor, I think, of, Helm has worked for us before. I wish more people had bid on it. I don't think we're gonna do it. We delayed it thinking that we might get more bids and we didn't. I'm in favor, I think, of going ahead with Helm as a construction manager at the price that they have bid.
I'll agree with you on
And
that,
Ron,
Ron.
they're probably gonna be just a shade higher than the out-of-town firm. You good with that?
I'm good with that. Because the local, we've used them before. I am.
We're still waiting on just if they have a bond, if they can be with them.
We'll resolve that with them
With the bond.
before we finalize the contract.
Would we require a bond again, though?
I don't know
For
that we
this,
would.
this position?
Not
Why would we?
necessarily.
For
The
this
only
part,
thing
I don't
you're
think
really
we need to.
bonding is that they do the job based on what
That
they
they-
committed to do.
Yeah,
That's what the
that's
bond
what it
guarantees.
is.
We wouldn't pay them, though.
No,
No, but
In
you
this,
can
in
call
this
the
type
bond
of
due.
situation, right?
Right.
Because we're asking them to manage. If they're not managing, we're gonna stop.
There could be some liabilities there though with their actions. So I would think some kind of bonding from them individually, from that company would be appropriate.
Well, providing that we can,
Could be letter of credit.
providing that we can work the bonding out with the Helm Construction, then I'm gonna make a motion that we accept their bid for the office building in American Legion Park.
I'll second that.
okay, so what you're doing is
Moving to read that.
to read
Moving to
this
read it,
motion.
right.
Okay, you got it all filled in?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everybody agrees to read the motion.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Okay, thank you. At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City of Elizabethtown accepts the bid from Helm Construction as construction manager for the Freeman Lake Park Office Building and American Legion Park Golf House in the amount of $89,000. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved. This is the 7th day of May, 2018.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order.
Motion. Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed?
Aye.
5-1. Okay, municipal order number 25, 2018, approving the final contract amount for Poplar Drive Storm and Sanitary Sewer Project and Village Drive Sanitary Sewer Project. Motion to read.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt the following municipal order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City Council approves the final contract amount of $7,325,026 for the Poplar Drive Storm and Sanitary Sewer Project, including change orders and quantity adjustments. Be it further ordered that the City Council approves the final contract amount of $2,291,320.73 for the Village Drive Sanitary Sewer Project, including change orders and quantity adjustments. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and her designate be and she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved this 7th day of May, 2018.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order, please.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Municipal order number 26, 2018, approving the final contract amount for the Amanda Joe Detention Basin. Motion to read, please.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
At a regular meeting of the City Council of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, held on the date set out below, a motion to read and adopt order was duly made, seconded, and approved. Be it ordered that the City Council approves the final contract amount of $2,429,030.98 for the Amanda Joe Detention Basin, including change orders and quantity adjustments. Be it further ordered that the mayor of the city and or her designated being, she is hereby authorized and directed to take all steps necessary to perfect this order. Read, adopted, and approved. This is 7th day of May, 2018.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the order.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Okay, we have our first resolution of 2018. Authorizing the mayor to make application for and upon approval to enter into an agreement with the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security Trench and Structural Collapse Rescue Equipment. Motion to read the resolution.
Motion.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Whereas the city of Elizabethtown, Kentucky desires to make an application for United States Department of Homeland Security and or Commonwealth of Kentucky funds for a trench and structural collapse rescue equipment to be administered by the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security. And whereas it is recognized that an application for and approval of Kentucky Office of Homeland Security funds impose certain obligations and responsibilities upon the city. Now therefore be it resolved, this the 7th day of May, 2018, by the city of Elizabethtown, Kentucky, that the mayor or her designee is hereby authorized to execute and furnish all required documentation, including a memorandum of agreement as may be required by the KOHS for the furtherance of the above referenced project, and to act as the authorized correspondent for said project. For the purpose of any KOHS funded projects using fiscal year 2018 funds, the city will use the provisions of KRS 45A for the purchase of equipment and or services. For any equipment and or services under $20,000, 3 quotes will be obtained. For any equipment and or services that exceeds $20,000, the provisions of KRS 45A will apply. Done this the 7th day of May, 2018.
Thank you, Dee Dee. Motion to adopt the resolution.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, do I have any city council informational items?
Yes, Mayor. Janice and I were sitting out at Panera eating yesterday, and one of the panhandlers were out front near the Dixie, and evidently this gentleman had been cited before. He stepped out to the road several times and harassing motorists, yelling at them, had a vulgar sign, and one of our officers, Officer Mertz, approached him and arrested him, take him down to Hardin County Jail for a couple hours and let him cool off. And evidently this gentleman had his wife in Panera's, and she was crying and very upset, and it was a very sad situation. And this gentleman and his wife, they were actual homeless people that were from here, from E-Town. And I just wanted to commend Officer Mertz and Officer Chitla for their professionalism, their compassion, their Christianity of how they treated these individuals. Really warmed my heart, and makes me proud that I live in the city of E-Town, that we do, and honored that we have such a wonderful police officers, the way they treated them. So it was really nice, and unfortunate incident, but the officers handled it very well and very commendable. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Mayor, the only thing I'd say is we spent right at $14 million tonight on capital improvement. And it's truly a blessing to live in a community that does that. So, hopefully it'll improve everybody's lives. And I think most of the things we voted on tonight, I think they'll have direct impact on the way people live and live. That's a lot of money.
Absolutely. And next week, when we go into budget meetings, you all will fight over $500. So-
We've upped the threshold to 1,000.
Yeah. But
Just let you know going in.
that's what they want us to do, though,
Yeah. Let me tell you, next Monday night, we'll go into budget meeting right after the work session. Tuesday night, the 15th, 4:30, 16th, 4:30, and if we still haven't finished on the 17th at 4:30.
That's when we argue over the $500.
Right, so don't forget, okay. Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn? Motion?
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning? Okay, and now, Do we need to legally open a work session, or does that just,
Nah.
we're just open?
It's magic.
It's magic. Okay. Oh my gosh, mine's upstairs.